Now, you guys have probably already seen this. I'm kind of a little late to the party, but man, I think I've covered this when it was. I can't remember if I did cover it when Blue Beetle was announced. This actual tweet, and it's been up for a minute on Twitter. Which, whatever. I'm all for people being able to, no matter how smart or dumb, them being able to have their stuff public on social media. Obviously, and if there's not an act of aggression being placed out there, I mean, you can make the argument that this is certainly an act of aggression. Nonetheless, you guys may remember we talked about Angel Manuel Soto. He is the director for the upcoming Blue Beetle movie, and he had some interesting things to say. And it says in this tweet, the only thing I hope Trump has similar to Lincoln's presidency, in a response to Dinesh D'Souza, I never know how to say his name, is the way it ended. Well, we know exactly how the way it ended. And it seems as if this person was advocating that he be assassinated. He's not the only person that's done that, certainly in Hollywood. If I'm not mistaken, Johnny Depp has some interesting things to say along those lines. But these are the type of people that are going to get gigs at. Look, you can have a position like this, as I've said many times. You can have a position like this and be part of basically the entertainment culture. Okay. It does not exist if you are among the, let's say, opposite line of thinking socially. So let's say if someone said this about Barack Obama and it was public, you're not getting a job with Hollywood. You're not getting a job in mainstream entertainment. It's just not happening. But this is the acceptable position for many of these cats to have. So this is why this tweet is able to be up. Now, since then, 2 days ago, I believe that's roughly when the Blue Beetle trailer was announced, he has deleted the tweet. However, the internet is forever and people are documenting the simple fact that, well, he did say that. And he still is the director for. Look, you can take this in whatever way that you may. How you feel about the tweet, there's going to be those that have issues with that. Definitely maybe some of you Trump supporters. That's not why I'm not highlighting it because of that. I'm more so just reiterating and highlighting, showing you guys what it is that I talk about with the actual industry. Gina Carano was removed from mainstream Hollywood, particularly Lucasfilm, for a mild take that was true. And she just happens to differ politically, what have you. A coworker of hers referred to the same time period she did, likening half of the voting population to people with funny mustaches. Nothing happened to him. See, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. This is a game that you need to understand what the rules are, okay? And why I am so, adamant. No, that's not the proper term. I'm enthusiastic. Let's say that about this cultural renaissance that I'm hoping to have exist. It's not going to be necessarily led by me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's necessary because there needs to be a complete restructure of how entertainment is done, certainly in the American sense. It is unbalanced. It is obviously hyper politicized, and social views are at the forefront of whatever it is that they do. But the lack of balance makes that more obvious. People are able to stomach subtle views and all that when there's balance. There's no balance here in Hollywood. It's those people that like those guys that have R's next to their name, and definitely those with the red hats. We hate them. We don't like you. And that's just what it is. And anybody, it's actually worse because I can make the argument that if you don't support it, who it is that they deem that you're supposed to be supporting, by default, you're supporting the other guy, is how often people like to word it. See, my case, I didn't vote for Trump. Not a Trump supporter. Yep. It's not going to stop them from referring to me as one. It's a rigged game in the sense that a lot of people continue to play. And there's always this sort of sense of benefit of the doubt that we continue to give these idiots in this industry because people, for whatever reason, can't couple this, like, no, they can't get a hold of their addiction. Let's call it exactly what it is, where they feel like they have to consume what these guys put out because it's attached to a brand that they recognize or something of that nature. Despite the creatives, the directors, the producers, the writers, the actors, actresses that have made it abundantly clear that they despise you. Okay? You know, it's with entertainment, I think it's one of those things that you can do without. No, it's not that you can't do without. It's that there's enough alternatives for people to be like, yeah, no, I'm not into that. I think people are starting to get better about it. People are starting to be more mindful of their purchases. I had my own individual journey with that as well, where I said, you know, even from the other stuff that I buy, I'm being more mindful, more the stuff, definitely entertainment stuff, because it's like more of an option thing. I'm being more mindful of what it is that I do, far better than what I had been. I should have been earlier to the party. You know, I criticized myself on that. But, you know, it's one of those things that has to go around if we're going to get on the opposite side of this. That's for sure. Wherever you're viewing the content, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, you may be interested in my comic book company, Rippaverse Comics. Our first book and campaign, ISOM #1, brought in $3.7 million with tens of thousands of satisfied customers. Visit Rippaverse.com to check out our store and stay up to date with the latest campaigns from one of the hottest new comic book companies. Also, my first big step towards a parallel economy was the development of my personal website, ericdjuly.com. This entirely replaced my Patreon. Now, if you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a member over at the website. We have an ever-expanding list of perks for various membership tiers, a forum, and a phone app. Some of these perks will even benefit you if you're fans of the Rippaverse. Anyway, I appreciate you so much for being a supporter and or customer. I even got a little love for my haters.